Hi all, and welcome Monday. As I was preparing for your craft lecture today, I was listening to one of my favorite podcasts, which is Poetry Unbound. If you don't subscribe to this podcast, I thought I would give you just a brief introduction to it and ask you to listen to this episode, which is reflecting on Hanif Abdurraqib's poem that you listened to. All I want to say to you today is listen to this podcast. What I really love about it is and I'll need to look at his name to make sure I'm getting it right. Padraig Otama, he's Irish. What he does is he introduces a poem with a personal memory that relates to some of the themes and content matter in the poem. And then he reads the poem, his beautiful Irish accent. And then he sort of walks through why the poem left an impression on him. So he does a great job of what Guppy might call reverse engineering the poem. But then after he does that, he reads the poem again. And I always feel like the second time I hear a poem that Padraig Otama reads, that I have a greater understanding of the poem. It's sort of like I'm reading the poem in conversation with a friend rather than by myself. In this podcast in particular, Padraig Otama talks a lot about music, and so I thought I would share with you that on my exercise vault, which is a place where I'm collecting lots of poetry exercises for all of my students, I have a fun interdisciplinary writing prompt that you might consider following this week, since you have the first required writing prompt, which is based on memory, and following a very specific fixed inspiration exercise. The next one, you might use this exercise, press play. So this quick video is going to be sort of saddled up next to the Linda Berry exercise that I'm giving you. I'll pull it up just so you can make sure you see it. The illusion of memory, right? Memory is always an illusion. So you're here, right? And you're going to start, I always should look at this as a student, but you're going to start the illusion of memory exercise, and you're going to need some dedicated time to do that in order to submit that by tomorrow. But the next exercise that you do this week might be press play. So I'll just read this to you really quickly. Music has a way of transporting us. Revisit a playlist you made a long time ago. Choose a song from the list that makes your heart skip a beat, and free write while you listen to it. Remember, and this is good advice to consider as you're working on the required exercise as well, that there are no expectations from a free writing session. So no rules in free writing at all. Full-on sentimentality is to be expected. There's nothing too corny. Whatever comes to mind, put it on the page. The idea is to not let yourself off the hook with free writing and to do it again. And this time I want you to press play again. Repeat the activity 3 times so that you've free written for about 10 minutes. And then go back to your free writing with a highlighter, picking out language or images that you think are worth exploring. So I give you a similar go back response, a go back prompt in the illusion of memory exercise. So you have 2 writing prompts for you to do, and you have a short podcast to listen to in addition to this short video. And I'm just going to go. Happy Monday.